Hi guys, I'm getting out of work. Finally. Oh my god, it's been a busy weekend. I worked Friday and this thing is, I got a new phone, as you well know if you watched the last video. And it's set weird in this. This is a little smaller than the other phone. Hopefully it works. But anyway, I stayed, so they went out of town, so I stayed at their house for 2 days. Because with $4 a gallon gas prices, a screwdriver works here. So I stayed here, and then I had yesterday off and was screwing around with my kids all day. And then I went to bed at like 8:30, somewhere in there. I was tired. Not that I work hard or anything, just not being home, and then I was tired. And so I woke up at 2:22 this morning, and I could not fall asleep. I was watching Slow and Bella, just listening to somebody, because now I have this new thing, fireworks. I love fireworks, so I was listening to fireworks every night and going to sleep. The sound of fireworks is so soothing to me. I don't know why. And but for some reason I couldn't listen to it. My mind just wandered and wandered and wandered all over the place. So I just listened to Slow and Bella, and then I think I fell asleep for about 10 minutes. And then I woke back up, and that was at like 5:10. I think I fell asleep 4:50, somewhere in there. And then I woke right back up 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later. So I've been up ever since. So I'm sort of tired today. But God almighty, that sun is spectacular. Oh, it's just gorgeous. It is just gorgeous out here. It snowed, and now it's a little brisk. And oh gosh, it's extremely clear. Like the sun is extremely bright for 5:49, almost 6 o'clock. Oh, and then I woke up this morning and lost a cat too, right there. So I had to make arrangements because I have a dentist that I had for years, and I loved him, and then he retired, and I hate the dentist. I have PTSD from when I was a kid. I go to the dentist, but oh my God, Dr. Niveson's probably been dead for 100 years. Oh, that man was terrible. I was probably 5, I was older than that. Probably 11, 12, I had a cavity or something. And the dude would not even give me numbing medicine to, lidocaine to friggin' put in a filling. Oh my God, that was terrible. Then he had velvet clowns in his, oh my God, in his office. I mean, that was the first thing. It was dark, dreary. And then, oh my God, like, if you're going to be a dentist, can you please have great smelling breath and be good about it? Because it's nuts when friggin' dentists have like halitosis that could gag a maggot, and he did. It was so gross, and I'll never forget that as long as I live. Never. I mean, I'm not afraid of him anymore, or have a fear of him anymore. Just every once in a while, the dentist comes over, and that's why I'm a little particular about who I'm going to meet. I ain't going to go. So the dentist that we had left. He retired, and then he recommended this dentist downtown where I live, and oh my God, that place was a shithole. Like, the doctors weren't nice, the dentists weren't nice, the dentists were just like, you need this, and this done, and blah, 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 and I'm like, dude, get the, what? And so, I never went back there, and then I never went to another dentist until last summer, or last winter, I think it was. Another crown fell off, because I grind my teeth too much, and I had to have it replaced last January, pretty much the same time, and I went to Aspen Dental, and they were really nice. They cleaned my teeth, and got everything all situated, but now with this on, I need a dentist that I can just go and see when I need to see, and so it's my kids' dentist, and they really, really like her. It's a lady, so I'm hoping that she's really, really nice, and I'm sure, because I'm positive. So, video on this, which is just, there's so many things ironical about this world. So, first of all, Catherine Edwards and Esoteric Atlanta with Bryce. I just watched like 5 minutes of it. I couldn't even watch it anymore. I mean, not that it's bad. It's a great video, but it's things that I've been talking about for months. So it's sort of, I left a little comment of like, I'm so glad somebody is there, and somebody who can say things better than me on the YouTube channel, and is more articulate, and they can put the word out of what is actually going on, because I still get things coming to me, just like what happened to me the other night of how to explain. So my daughter keeps having these friends, and they keep dumping her and treating her like shit. And I said, that's you. That's not your friends. So stop getting upset about your friends. That's you. You set it up. You have abandonment issues. So figure it out. So the whole thing, I went to bed that night, and I was sort of like, oh my God, what am I going to do with her? She gets, it hurts my feelings that these people are hurting her feelings, but there's not a damn thing I can do about it. She has to endure and learn about herself, and that's what this whole ascension is about. And I keep telling people, this is what it's about. It's detaching from the titty of the world and getting your own balls and cojones and standing up and thinking and learning and being proactive for yourself. So, but every time I say something like that, nobody understands. They just look at me, but. So I had like this, I don't even know, people call it downloads. I don't even know what it is. It just appears in my brain. It just appears, these images. So if you ever did chemistry, which I'm sure majority of people have, there's atoms, and depending on the atom on the periodic chart that you're dealing with, it has a certain amount of protons, which is the nucleus, and then it has electrons out, protons and neutrons. So it balances out inside the atom in the nucleus, and then it has a certain amount of outer rings. Well, in the outer rings are electrons. So there's never an electron that's by itself. There's never a molecule on this planet that's by itself. You cannot, well, unless you do the atom bomb, and that's splitting it, and I don't even know how they do that, because you split it and there's so much power, but you still can't keep it by itself. So I'm not sure how they do that. I never got into physics or chemistry that deeply. And so in those outer shells are rings. So that's how you have to learn it. You have to learn SPD, which way it rotates, -1, and then, it goes halves of the speed of the orbital significance, and then it's got the geometry on how it spins certain electrons in the outer shells and the way they spin and things like this. So I told my daughter that, let's just take oxygen for instance. Oxygen just in the world. If you take perfect oxygen, or you take a cow that's breathing in oxygen, and it's a lovely cow and it has a wonderful life and it's just living its best. Think of the outer rings as like hula hoops. So those two hula hoops, and we're just using the rings for an example, because it's a little more complex than what I'm explaining, but I try to make it as brutally simple so people could understand. So these rings, these hula hoops have to share. So as one spins, it's sharing the molecule. So it's going like at an infinity 8. But they're two different atoms. But they're constantly sharing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But they're perfectly symmetrical. They're perfectly in tune. They are perfect. Perfect little hula hoops that are going around in circles. So I tried to explain to her, I said, okay, so then you slightly. It tilts slightly off. So now you have two dysfunctional hula hoops that are causing chaos. Just that slightly off. And then it causes a domino effect of everything else. Now, if you use a trigger and go, oh yeah, I was triggered, and you can breathe and calm yourself down in a matter of minutes, then you get the perfect hula hoops again. But if you continue to get triggered and then you keep it as in fear, as in anger, as in hate, all these things, then it constantly is bouncing, a bad car. You can't drive around in a bad car. It doesn't last. It eventually just wears off and you have to pull off to the side of the road. This is what's happening right now. You have a choice of balancing your hula hoop or riding around the hula hoop that halfway works. And I want the hula hoop to balance, so I'm really working hard on that. But that's what I tried to tell her, because everything on this planet gives off a vibration. So as soon as you get in a car accident, that person that gets out of that car accident is agitated. Now he triggers you in your vibration because he sees that vibration. He reacts to that vibration of the hula hoop. So then you react, and now you're going and now you're both reacting in fear and anger. It's done. The whole thing is fear and anger. That's what they're doing with Ukraine. That's what they're doing with, everything on this planet. Vacuumed, not vacuumed, is all. You breathe in you breathe in smoke. It's a chemical reaction. You are smelling a vibration. Triggers your brain with a vibration. You're triggering the hula hoops. It's all hula hoops in your body. That's all that this is. Everything is a hula hoop. You try to keep balanced. Now, whoever tells me this stuff does it so much better. It's so much easier terms or whatever, but I try to tell people what it is. But to me, it just reminded me of a hula hoop, the whole hula hoop situation. Going back to the car accident. Okay, so you have a car accident, and then you both are triggered. Now your kids are screaming in the back seat because you're going crazy. You can't get them to settle down because they're all vibrating at a weird level. You can't eat because you're vibrating on a weird level. You can't stop until you get control. So then you get the one person, a cop or an ambulance driver, that steps into your view and says, okay, and commands the whole situation to stop. Because his hula hoops are vibrating at a pristine level. They're just vibrating at top rate. He's got that shit under control, and he just shut it down. Everybody's calm. Everybody's done. Everybody's happy again. And that's what this, to me, that's what this is about. Keeping your hula hoop in balance. And it gives you a picture. So, like, my foot is broken. And people keep, like, what I keep thinking about, everything is a vibration. Everything has a molecular level. Everything is an atom. So I keep thinking to my foot, because it broke, it's unbalanced. So I'm trying to think in my head constantly to balance the hula hoop. Balance the hula hoop. Balance the hula hoop. Because there's a reason why it's unbalanced. There's something going on, and it's causing other balances and points in my body. And I need to control the balance in my hula hoop. Is that what med beds are about? About laying down and controlling your hula hoops and really, people want to say send love, but, that's such a ambiguous thing. To me, it's so ambiguous. I can send love, yes. I send you prayers, I send you love. Like, that lasts in my head for 2 seconds. Oh, I send you love. Hula hoops, they are in my head forever. Since this person, whatever, showed me hula hoops, today when I talked on the phone to the dentist and she wasn't sure if she could get me in because of my insurance, I just kept looking at the hula hoops, like, keep it in line. And I was so calm. Usually I'd get frustrated. No, calm. I see the hula hoops. I So what I tried to tell Laura is that you have to balance your hula hoops in your body and get over these abandonment issues and deal with these. Deal with your hula hoops. You can't drink, because if you drink or do drugs or do anything, you're pretending in your own mind that you're balancing those hula hoops, but they're causing all kinds of fuckery. They're just going blah, 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 blah. Still, but you're ignoring it. See, and that's a perfect government thing or perfect medical thing, because they shut off everybody's mind-body thing, so their hula hoops are causing all kinds of fuckery, and nobody knows how to get back to their hula hoops. Like, it's such a perfect thing. And then, with the vacuuming and anti-vacuuming, when it first came to me, that was a disconnect. That's how it works. It makes perfect sense, because now you can't connect to your hula hoops. You can't connect until you get a grip. You gotta get a grip. And these people that have been vacuumed probably will heal themselves once they get grips of their hula hoops. They gotta control their hula hoops. Music does it. Music has a vibration. There's music that makes you aggressive. What do you think it's doing to your hula hoops? It's causing fuckery. Now, some things like you can control. You can go listen to music, but you have to be in control of your hula hoops before you go into the music. So it doesn't cause you're a master, because you know that you're going to be triggered by this music. It's going to bother you. But the thing of it is, with this whole balancing act of hula hoops, is, like I told Laura, I said, you're attracting people with unbalanced hula hoops that are balancing your hula hoops, and you're matching up. Your energy is matching up. Your vibration is matching up to the people you're picking. It goes so to the molecular level of walking near a person. You are picking up their vibration, and for that brief second, your hula hoops are connecting to their hula hoops, and so you match. You're attracting the hula hoops that are like yours to you. So she's attracting to friends that are trying to show her abandonment issues, but they're leaving her, and she's not getting the picture. The universe is literally yelling at her to stop. Look, listen, balance your hula hoops. And then, when you have balanced hula hoops, you can find friends with balanced hula hoops and have great relationships. Now, we have egos and we're human, and I'm sure my hula hoops will go unbalanced again. Of course, I'm only human. But if I can understand myself to recognize, oh gee, my hula hoops are getting a little adjusted today, and pull back and okay, I'm adjusting my hula hoops. I'm in much more control of myself. That to me is what free will is on this planet. More than that. That's just my idea of it. But that's the ascension, because then you move when I start talking about this kind of stuff, people are like, back off. But once your eyes are open to it, you can't go back. There's no going back to whatever was. And that brings me to Catherine Edwards and Bryce. They were talking about this stuff that I've been talking about, and they're catching up, which is wonderful. Wonderful. Because sometimes I watch these videos and I'm like, is nobody getting this? Am I just the one that, well, of course not, but I just feel sometimes that it's like, I can't straighten anybody else's hula hoops. I can only direct them into it by showing them that my hula hoops are balanced. It sounds so retarded. Well, I shouldn't say that word, but so goofy. I don't give a shit. Whatever. I sound so weird with the hula hoop idea, but to me that's understandable, and I can set that in my mind of what that is, of constantly being in a balance, and finding your joy, because happiness is the hula hoop balance. Happiness is what you like to do, and it brings you happiness. And then bringing people into that, finding other people that can make a big circle in your group is like the ultimate goal. Now you can have a hula hoop fest. That was so weird. But I guess on their hula hoops and balance their hula hoops, I think you could get rid of probably anything in your body. This tooth probably could regrow. I could probably grow my own tooth if I could balance myself, because all it is vibration. If I could gather in and think, I could probably pull in molecules, because everything's just carbon, hydrogen, and nitrogen. Everything is made out of that. Some is iron, some is different molecules, but atoms. But I don't have. Well, I do have iron in my body, but I don't think it's in my teeth. No, that's dentin. Well, maybe a little bit of iron goes through my teeth, but not very much. And it's all cut down anyway, so. But yeah, I think you can fix whatever you want to once you balance your moves. And have some Lucky Charms. It's like hula hoops and Lucky Charms. I'm fine. I need a jump rope. I probably could use a jump rope because I started boxing and